I believe we are live. We are live. Good evening, good morning, wherever you're zooming in from around the world. My name is Dorcas Maphakela, and I am going to be your host for this wonderful event that is put together by the Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee here in Melbourne. Today is to celebrate not only what we missed during COVID lockdowns and all the hectic things that have been happening during the year. So we missed out on celebrating Nelson Mandela Day. So the committee put this wonderful anti-racism family concert for everyone to enjoy and just to come together and celebrate as people of Victoria or people around the world. Without further ado, I would like to invite Auntie Julian to join us and do Welcome to Country. Auntie Julian, please unmute yourself and come on stage.
Thank you. Woman Jika, everybody. Woman Jika meaning welcome. My name is Auntie Julianne, and I'm an out of the Wurundjeri Woi people. And in recognition of doing my welcome to country today, I'd like to acknowledge and pay my respects to my elders, past, present, future, and if there happens to be any elders here today. I would also like to welcome all the distinguished guests and everyone else here today. The Wurundjeri Woi tribe consists of three families, the Nevins, the Terricks and the Wandans, and I am part of the Nevin family. The three families all descend from one woman called Annie Borat, which makes us one big family. Annie Borat is the younger sister of William Barrett, a pioneer for Aboriginal people in the 19th century fighting for equality and land rights. I'm here today to welcome you all onto the land of my ancestors. We call the land within our tribal boundaries our country. The Kulin Nation, Kulin meaning man, is made up of 5 groups. They are the Wurundjeri Woi, Boonwurrung, Tanarong, Watharong, and Dja Many thousands of years ago, if an Aboriginal person from another tribe wanted to cross our boundary, they would have to sit at the boundary and wait for the Narragator, or the headman, to come past and to give them permission to cross. Traditional Aboriginal culture was highly territorial, and visitors risked a violent reprisal for crossing a tribal or clan boundary without this permission. And this is how a welcome originated in our culture. Traditionally, being welcome onto country meant you respected Bunjil's law. Bunjil, the wedge-tailed eagle, is our creator, and Wa, the crow, is our protector. And as long as you looked after country, you had access to our waterways and our land resources. And when you enter our country, we ask that you respect our resources, our fauna, flora, and water, as they are very special to us. And when you leave, we ask that you leave it the way you found it. The Wurundjeri name comes from the Manigum, which is common along the Birrarung. The Wurundjeri Woi traditional law states that our name combines the word warren, meaning manigum, and jiri, a species of the grubs found in trees, and therefore to mean the witchetty grub people. And Wurrung is the language that we speak. The Wurundjeri Woi people used to call the Yarra River the Birrarung, River of Mist and Shadows. The Yarra River and surrounding wetland areas provided the Wurundjeri Woi people with abundance of natural resources. The Yarra River marks the centre of the Wurundjeri country. Unlike today, where the river marks a township boundary, the Wurundjeri Woi people saw it as a centrepiece, accessing both sides of the river, often felling a large gum tree to act as a bridge across the water. The bark of the large gum trees were cut from the trunks and shaped into canoes, such that we could fish, hunt, and travel along the river with ease. These trees today are known as scar trees. The Yarra River and the Merri Creek were meeting places for the Wurundjeri Woi and 3 other cultural language groups. The meetings were for social contact, ceremonies, marriages, deciding issues in tribal law, trading access reed spears, and possum skin cloaks. Each day was spent hunting kangaroos, emus, possums, catching fish and eels, and gathering edible plants. There was always plenty of food to be hunted or gathered, and the rest of the day was spent talking and storytelling. The Wurundjeri Woiwurrung had a religious relationship to their land, participating in corroborees, sacred ceremonies on the Yarra River and the Mary Creek. They played games like wrestling, throwing boomerangs, and playing mangrove. Two sides played this ball game. A round ball made up rolled possum skin and tied up with kangaroo sinew and was kicked high into the air. Traditionally, summer months were spent on the banks of the Yarra River and the Mary Creek. The proximity to the Mary Creek was very important as these were both reliable water sources despite the lack of the rainfall during the summer months. The Wurundjeri Woiwurrung's connection to land is unpinned by cultural and spiritual values and different to those of the Europeans. The Wurundjeri Woiwurrung belonged to the land. They did not live in permanent settlements, but rather camped for periods within defined clan boundaries where food was plentiful and moved on when the land needed to be rejuvenated. The land provided all the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung needed: food, water, medicine, shelter, and they treated it with respect due to being such a provider. So I'd just like to say that I hope you have an enjoyable night tonight. I know this should have been celebrated earlier in the year. So once again, on behalf of my elders, I would like to say, Woman G, Wurundjeri, Bullock, Yim and Kundi Beak, welcome to the land of the Wurundjeri people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Auntie Julianne, for that beautiful introduction. You know, it's incredible to hear an elder welcome us all to the country. It's very special. So thank you so much for sharing those stories, that history that all of us need to know about. We appreciate you. And yes, I hope everyone will have a great night tonight. After that, definitely. So we'll see you on the little screen. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Next up, I would like to invite our fierce leader, Madam President herself, Mam Rebecca Mpande. And right after her welcome speech, I would also like to invite, or we will play a video from His Excellency High Commissioner Martinus van Schalkwyk, the High Commissioner of South Africa. He was unable to attend today, but he sent through a video which will play straight after Mam Rebecca's speech. So Mam Rebecca, please unmute yourself and join us on stage. I see we have Galileo. He's on there. Mam Rebecca,
the bullet train running just
what are you doing there?
and although it is an
Can everyone please mute yourselves? I think Mam Rebecca is still just navigating her way through. All good. Just as we wait, I would just like to acknowledge the fact that, you know, Nelson Mandela Commemorative Committee, they do such a wonderful work. And, you know, thank you so much for bringing us all together here with, of course, the support from MAV, Multicultural Arts Victoria, as well as the local Victorian government. Without, you know, those people and everyone behind this whole event and, you know, other things that they do in the committee, we wouldn't be here. So yeah, I'd like to just acknowledge that everyone who's here, all of you, you know what you do, the great work that you're doing. And I'm pretty sure Mam Rebecca will come up and she will thank you all. Yeah, let's just see if we can find her. Mam Rebecca? In the interest of time, I might move on to the next item, and we can always just come back to Mam Rebecca. Yeah, so if we can, let's play the video from the High Commissioner, and then we can join Mam Rebecca on the other side of it.
Mam Rebecca is here.
Mam Rebecca, are you ready?
Yes, she is.
South.
I had a drop.
This is the joys, guy. I mean, we're coming out of this whole lockdown thing, and Zoom is still Zoom. So, you know, these things happen. We're here. We got this. Ma'am Rebecca, would you rather we play the video first and you come back when you're sorted?
Is that my own laptop yangu? Sorry, I've dropped out of the what? Network.
That's okay.
Yep.
That's okay. It's Zoom. We understand. We all know. It's all good. Take your time, not too much of your time, because there's a fabulous lineup and we all want to enjoy the party at the end of, you know, the proceedings. So everyone, I hope you've got your dancing shoes, you've got, you know, some refreshments with you, a couple of snacks, you know, because, you know, we can still party on Zoom, right? We can do that. Here we go. I see them pandas.
Okay, sorry about that. My laptop just dropped.
It's all
Can
good.
people see me? Is that fine?
We can see you.
Okay.
And hand over to you to take
Okay,
over.
thank you. Sorry.
No problem.
Well, on behalf of Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee and its partners, I too acknowledge the ancestors, elders past and present of the Kulin Nation and their families, the Bon Warang, Warangiri, and Wad Warang people as the custodians of the land on which we live and study, meet through Zoomland, Facebook, and YouTube, and have been for many years. We support the celebration and acknowledgement of multiculturalism, the achievements and contributions of all people from different backgrounds, and at all levels to increase accessibility and use of resources, natural or man-made, to reduce inequalities and inequities, and build better relationships and well-being of everyone. Thus, it is important that today, during this commemoration, distinguished guests, speakers, and visitors understand and respect the significance of recognizing the traditional owners of the land in Australia. Allow me to acknowledge the presence of, in absentia, His Excellency Van Schalkwyk, the South African High Commissioner, in absentia. He has provided a video clip and he sends his apologies because he couldn't be here in person. And in absentia also MP Josh Bull, Victoria's anti-racism strategy co-chair. And then we have Honorable Rose Spence sent in of the Multicultural Affairs Minister sent in apologies. I also acknowledge the presence of the Wurundjeri Elder Julian Axford, then Mr. Ahmad Noor, who is the 2022 Australian Youth of the Year. I also acknowledge Shakira Milton, Melbourne's uni student, researcher, community youth leader. I also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Richard Deng, a community leader. Then the Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee executives, as well as members, and then ladies and gentlemen on Zoomland. And not the least, of course, we have the presence, I have to acknowledge, who is representing the Honorable Minister Rose Spence, Mr. Bwei Tay, who is the deputy chair of VNC. Now, for tonight, I would just like us to think about, imagine hearing African gang, I'm Black, I want a local. Are there educated people in your country? Now, I said, I'm Black. Now, the person saying I'm Black, when you look at their skin color, they're not Black at all. A quote attributed to Nelson Mandela, he said, I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. Imagine somebody committing his life to such, of course, a concept. Who among us would speak tonight like Nelson Mandela like Nelson Mandela did? Now, today, we celebrate Nelson Mandela Day International, which was launched in 2009 by the UN's Unanimous Decision General Assembly in recognition of Nelson Mandela's birthday on 18th July. In Melbourne, Victoria, as we do, we should have celebrated this in July, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions, we postponed to today, the 20th of November. So we still celebrate Nelson Mandela's life and global call to action for people to recognize their individual ability to make an imprint and change the world around them. Today is significant. It will bring multicultural families, groups, and artists to virtually socialize and connect, reflect on the importance of social justice, inclusion, celebrating diversity, humanity, democracy, equity, and equality, among others. Allow me just to emphasize two things, and these two things are, empathy and diversity. When you think about empathy, think in terms of harnessing the power to transform dreams. And there is great potential for equality for all mankind. Imagine what it means to get into the skin of other people. How would it feel? Empathy allows us to overcome the labels of race, gender, caste, class. We can't have a heart without empathy, and that's a harsh reality. If we don't have understanding of the experience of other creatures, then our hearts will die. They'll be dead. They'll be dead. It feels good, of course, to achieve together. So in many of the activities, they allow connection, like sports, like tonight, we're doing the concert itself. We are socializing. Now, if we don't ever grow when we allow others to be constrained, then there is an issue. So we need to be curious and getting into being empathetic. When it comes to diversity, I see it as collectiveness or inclusion working together. So we recognize that people are different. And it is true, one size doesn't fit all. People bring different things, experiences, expertise to the table. And I believe in Victoria, there is that much capacity of celebrating or embracing diversity. However, there is more to be done. How do we walk the talk? What we commit to deliver must be delivered. And that's the message we need to pass on to politicians, policymakers, and such like people, our local MPs, our community leaders, so that they can advocate for us. Diversity is empowering. And so I call everybody tonight to get this message and pass it on to be spread across Victoria and elsewhere. Let's reflect on Victoria multicultural community. It is made up of many, of course, races, ethnic groups. It is rich. That's the richness of difference. Let me conclude this way. Allow me to quote Nelson Mandela. He says, "Thus shall we live because we will have created a society which recognizes that all people are born equal, with each entitled in equal measure to liberty, prosperity, human rights, and good governance. And so I am looking forward to a day when you will define yourself, I am Australian. You will no longer say, I am African Victorian. You will no longer say, I am Turkish Australian or Turkish Victorian. All of us should say, we are Australian. And so I am calling tonight everybody to join in redefining people of color. Politicians, policy makers, I am calling tonight on behalf of Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee and everybody else interested to redefine people of color. Let's make the path easier and smoother for those people coming behind us. Let them find the path normalized for this next generation of these migrant or multicultural communities. I will conclude my speech tonight by quoting Martin Luther Jr. Our lives begin to end the day we begin, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. Do we care? If we do, let's advocate for inclusion as well as celebrity of multiculturalism, celebration of diversity, going out there with a voice to advocate for social justice. And let's go anti-racism. Thank you very much.
I want to clap. That was great. Thank you so much, Madam President. And yes, now I will invite the video by the South African High Commissioner.
Friends of South Africa, July 18 is an important occasion on the calendar of South Africans and the international community. It is a day that not only marks the birthday of South Africa's first democratically elected president, Mr. Nelson Mandela, but it is also a day where the international community honors his 67 minutes call to action to make a difference in the lives of others. The 60 minutes call for action symbolically represents the number of years President Mandela fought for human rights and the abolition of apartheid. In November 2009, the UN General Assembly declared 18 July as Nelson Mandela International Day in recognition of Mr. Mandela's values and his dedication to the service of humanity. It also acknowledges his contribution to the struggle for democracy internationally and also the promotion of a culture of peace throughout the world. At the launch of the 67 Minutes Call for Action campaign, Madiba, as we South Africans affectionately call him, said that he would be honored if such a day can serve to bring together people around the world to fight poverty and promote peace and reconciliation. While President Mandela saw himself first and foremost as a servant of the people of South Africa, his commitment to public service extended to making our world a better one for all. His vision for social justice and freedom for all demands of us to become part of a continuous global movement for good. It is against this background that as we celebrate Nelson Mandela Day, particularly in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic that has claimed lives and disrupted economies, that we remember to honor President Mandela's legacy by dedicating 67 minutes of our time to be of service to others, recalling that it is through working together that we can contribute to a better life for all. I therefore urge you to join this global movement for good, to take action, inspire change, and make every day a Nelson Mandela Day.
And next, I would like to invite today's keynote speech, which is by Victoria Multicultural Commission's Deputy Chair, Mr. Boite. Please unmute yourself and come to stage.
Thank you, Dorcas. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Please proceed.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank Auntie Julian for that welcome to country. I too would like to start off by acknowledging the traditional Aboriginal owners of the country throughout Victoria and pay my respect to them, their culture, and their elders past and present. My name is Boite and I'm the Deputy Chairperson at the Victorian Multicultural Commission. The VMC is a statutory body that advocates for and promotes cultural diversity in Victoria and across all levels of governments. Thank you to Rebecca for the invitation to be part of this concert. I'm truly excited and I'm very grateful that I can join in this evening. I look forward to the entertainment ahead, and so I will make my speech as short as possible. The VMC supports the anti-racism movement completely. We know that racism hurts our society every day, and we must all do better to stop it. It is a toxic behavior that goes against our nature. So much pain is caused by it, and so much energy is wasted. As Nelson Mandela said himself, love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. So let us be our natural self. Let us choose love and celebrate our diversity. We know it's easier said than done. So meaningful change will only happen when people of all backgrounds unite, commit together, and actively take a stand against racism. Every effort in the right direction will create a better society for everyone. Events like this are so vital in spreading this message. Events like this bring us together and prove we have so much in common. While we have made some progress in improving the senseless division created between humans, we still have a long road to walk together. Diversity is indeed our strength, so let us get started. I want to thank everyone and have a lovely evening.
Thank you, Mr. Boite. That was wonderful. That was sweet and short and very impactful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And for the next item, I might need my Madam President to assist me. I have a couple of names there. And there are many people in this room right now, so I might need you to help me with who is coming to give us our next speech. Ma'am Rebecca, can I hand that over to you? Thank you.
I can't see MP Josh Bull, and then Ahmed Hassan. No, yes, he's no. Can we see him? Can we spot him?
Ahmed Hassan, is it just a call out? Are you there?
Are you there, Ahmed? No, Hassan.
Yes, I am.
Yes, there he is. Your camera is dark.
Yes, it's just playing up a little bit.
Okay. So probably, do you want to play around with the camera? When it's ready, then we'll come back to you, and then the
Yes.
MC can move on to the next one, and that's Shakira. She's here. I saw her.
Thank
Shakira.
you. Thank you, Ma'am Rebecca. See, that's why she's our fierce leader. She's got this.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Shakira, take over.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shakira Milton, and I am a PhD student at Melbourne Uni, or the University of Melbourne, and I'm doing a project in cancer research. And I just wanted to come and share a little bit of my journey with you. I'm from the US, so from the United States, from Atlanta, Georgia, and I moved to Melbourne about almost 7 years ago. And I thought, okay, I'm coming to Australia, so exciting. My dad had been here and he was kind of my motivation to move. And I thought, you know, there would be no racism in Australia. I thought people would be so open to me. And for the most part, I would say that people have been really nice and people have been pretty open. But as a cancer researcher, I get a lot of people in general practice. So I work in different clinics and work with different people, different doctors and professionals. And a lot of times they look at me like, you can't be a scientist, pretty much. Like, I get questioned a lot, like on my qualifications, what I know. And if I have anything to say, it does feel like I'm second guessed a lot of times. It's been an interesting comparison with the US as well, because coming from the States where we hear about the racism and we know about what goes on in America because of the media and Black Lives Matter starting there last 2 years ago, we know that it's evident. So you would expect it to happen there. But I would say I definitely didn't think that coming here to Australia would be as hard as it has been in some aspects. And yeah, just the level of difficulty coming from that has led me to, you know, want to speak out against it. So, and also mentor. So I've been involved with mentoring young teenage girls and just trying to help them build their self-esteem. And it's been a wonderful journey. And yeah, just thank you all for your time and for listening. Thanks.
Thank you, Shakira. I mean, I think a lot of us can, you know, echo that story. We all come here and you don't expect certain things, but it's wonderful to see that, you know, you're not letting that dampen your spirit and you're doing what you can, you know, with it. So we appreciate you and thank you for joining us tonight. And, you know, thank you everyone for your wonderful speeches. It's just, you know, it's very uplifting. So thank you. Ahmed, can I check in with you? How are you doing with your camera? I don't hear anything. All right, while Ahmed is still sorting himself out,
Can you see me now?
Oh, hello, hello.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just been a bit of it's been playing up a bit. So I've changed from 2 devices to my phone.
You did well, and I am gonna hand it over to you. So take it away, please.
Thank you, Dorcas, and thank you to Rebecca and the team for inviting me. I want to keep my speech very short. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners and pay respect to their elders, both past and present. And emerging, thank you to everyone that's on this call, and it's such a good event and forum that we're coming together in. I haven't had a lot of time to prepare myself, but I just wanted to acknowledge the work that's been done in the anti-racism space. It's important, it's critical to the way we live and the way the future generations are going to come up, and we must do everything to stamp that out in all facets of society, whether it be in the work life, in the sporting area, in community. And we must be champions of anti-racism and making sure that we all are safe, we all can contribute to society. I do that every day at my work at Youth Activating Youth. For those that don't know, I'm the co-founder and executive director at YOY. And every day we are implementing programs to ensure that young people are in a safe environment, whether it be the schooling environment, the sporting environment, making sure that we have programs that are obviously going to lead future generations and enable them to be young leaders in their communities. So what I'd like to say is let's continue fighting as a community. Let's continue to standing up to what's right. And then what we'll see is generations of other young people becoming champions of not only Victoria, but Australia.
Fabulous. Thank you, Ahmed.
No worries.
love everything you do. You know, we've crossed paths, do great works in the community. So thank you for your work. Thank you for your great words. Yeah, and thank you for giving us your time today, just like
No
everyone
problem.
else.
Thank you.
And no worries. And I think we have one more speech by Richard Dang. Are you ready, Richard? Can you turn yourself on? Turn your camera. There you are. I'm going to hand over to you. Please take over.
Thank you, Dorcas. Can I begin to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land? I thank the Windurilla elder, Julianne, for that great speech of welcome. To begin my speech, I would like to thank President Rebecca, Mandela, and their team for this great organization that is put up today to celebrate the life and the work of our great father, Madiba Mandela. I mentioned to Rebecca a few weeks ago that I am not well, but I will make sure to attend because this is a very important event that unites the world. The work of Nelson Mandela is the work that I'm so proud of as a community leader, an African myself. I will not take too long today, but can I just say a few words about our life here in Australia as African Australians? As Rebecca said before, I hope in few years that we will be called Australian, not African Australian, not Irish Australian, not American Australian. I hope in few years that we will all be called Australian, not African Australian. I believe we all know the challenges that we all face in Australia as African, as Italian, Greek, and the list goes on. For the last few years, we all know as African, the media continue to confess the story that stigmatize the African people and young people in particular, and ignore the facts that the young people are driven to succeed and passionate about giving back to our community, because not all African Australian are criminals, because the crime has no color. When a single African or individual commit crime, the general African community is always stigmatized and targeted, which should not be welcome. And this needs to be discouraged by all Australians, not just African community. Discrimination or discriminating language and racist slur cause pain, we know that, and sometimes are quite damaging. And the impact on everyday life of all people in the community is huge. Inaccurate media association between the people of color and crime, which has led directly to increasing form of discrimination, especially in African community. That has been quite discouraging. And as Nelson Mandela said, as Australian, we should lay the scourge of racism to rest. And that need to begin now, not in 50 years' time to come. We should work hard as Australians to discourage discrimination in workplaces. As we all know, African Australians continue to be disadvantaged in all corners, in workplace. And I've been telling the government, politicians, how can you form policy if those people that you're working for are not part of decision-making process? You need to make sure that the community that you're representing are included in whatever you do, whatever you do. Because how are you going to form that policy if that people that you're representing are not included? So as community leader, this has been my work, and I will continue to make sure that we discourage the racism, stereotyping of African Australian. We are Australian. We are no longer African because we are contributing. We are contributing in large numbers in Australia. So Rebecca, as the president of this popular or very important organization, I will make sure that I support you in your work in your term to make sure we discourage racism and make sure that Australia is inclusive, because that's our dream. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richard, for such incredible words. And, you know, just thank you, all of you who have just been saying these amazing words, just to remind us that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done to combat racism. And, you know, it begins with us, of course, and wherever we are, if we can make a difference with one person, it's a difference. So let's keep doing the work that we're doing, and yeah, and look forward to the day when, you know, racism was something of the past. And right now, I would like to invite Dr. Ntati Rametsi to come and hand out some awards, some Ubuntu awards. I see you already there, so I'm gonna hand over to you, Ma.
Thank you, Dorcas. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and pay my respect to their elders past and present. On behalf of the Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee, I would like to present the 2021 Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee Ubuntu Awards. Ubuntu is an ancient philosophy of sub-Saharan Africa societies, popular in the new millennium. Ubuntu defines ethics or human morality, that is humaneness. The universal values of Ubuntu are rooted in our shared humanity. Inherent in Ubuntu philosophy is ethical community service of caring for others. The following awardees have been recognized by the Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee using open criteria in the categories of leadership, selfless community service, creativity, visionary, and resilient. The 2021 NMDCC Ubuntu awardees are, the first one is Miss Monica Forsen. Monica is a passionate community development advocate with a demonstrated history of working for state government organs and not-for-profit organizations. She's one of the founders of the African Australian Students Association. She worked as a member of the Victorian Multicultural Commission's Regional Advisory Group and the Victorian African Action Plan Implementation Committee. She is currently a member of Victoria's Anti-Racism Task Force. Monica currently works at the Victorian Equal Opportunity and Human Rights Commission. She is also a recipient of several awards. The second one is Mr. Eri Limo. Mr. Eri Limo is a resilient leader who participated in the formation of the Afro-Australian Association, which was the first organization in the mid-1980s. He is the current president of the African Communities Foundation Association Australia, formerly the Eastern and Central African Communities of Victoria, which provides social services to the newly arrived refugees and migrants in emerging communities. Ari is also an experienced maths and physics secondary school teacher in Victoria. He has also been instrumental in running English as an additional language classes in emerging economies. He has been active member of the popular African Music and Culture Festival. The third one is Mr. Peter Uzande. Peter was instrumental in the formation of the NMDCC in 2015, as per the 2009 UN General Assembly resolution. As the first NMDCC coordinator, Peter led the organization from its infancy with the planning and execution of its annual signature events to popularize the Ubuntu values of humanity, dignity, freedom, equality, and justice that Nelson Mandela pursued in his adult life. The highlight of Peter Uzande's contribution to NMDCC was the organization of the annual events at the Federation Square, the first Nelson Mandela lecture at the Victoria Parliament House. Peter also worked tirelessly towards the celebration of Nelson Mandela's centenary in 2018, with a lecture addressed by the Honorable Julia Gillard, the 27th Prime Minister of Australia, at the Melbourne Town Hall. He has strived to live in practice the values of Ubuntu, working with the youth, migrant communities, government, and not-for-profit organizations. The last recipient is Miss Grace Tame. Miss Tame is also Australian of the Year 2021. She's an outspoken advocate for survivors of sexual assault, particularly those who were abused in institutional settings. She was groomed when she was only 15 years old and then repeatedly sexually abused by her 58-year-old teacher. Although the school was found to have had multiple opportunities to intervene, the abuse did not stop until Tame reported the abuser. Tasmania's Evidence Act had prohibited publication of information identifying survivors of sexual assault since 2001. She was the first female sexual assault survivor in Tasmania to win a court order to speak about her experience. Tame has become an advocate for others, focusing on helping people to understand how grooming and psychological manipulation work and breaking down the stigmas associated with sexual assault. She has worked with the Los Angeles Human Trafficking Squad to help them understand how grooming works. She advocates education as a means of primary prevention of child sex abuse, rather than too heavily focusing on responses, which can fuel the unconscious belief that child's sexual abuse is just a fact of life that we have to accept in our society. She wants to eradicate victim blaming and normalize speaking out, and says greater consistency is needed between federal and state laws. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee, help me to congratulate these 4 awardees of the 2021 NMDCC Ubuntu Awards. Thank you.
Wow, how incredible is that? I mean, if we were in a hall, there'll be lots of cheers. Thank you so much for acknowledging all of those amazing people, the great work that they do, you know, for them to put themselves out there, their personal stories, you know, for being tirelessly doing what the legacy of Nelson Mandela, you know, encourages people to do. So thank you, Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee, for acknowledging all of those awardees. We truly are inspired. And with that said, it's time
Hello.
to...
Sorry, Dorcas.
Sorry, our PS leader wants to speak, everyone.
Yes, sorry,
Go ahead.
through the MC there. Peter and Ari, they are here and they just wanted to say 1 minute each to respond to the award. Thank you, Peter and Ari. Thanks.
Okay, can I start and just trying to get the camera on? Can you hear me?
You are on.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, the camera is playing up. But anyway, I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land of where we are meeting or where I am today, the Wurundjeri people, and pay respect to the elders past, present, and the future. And I also like to acknowledge my elders here from the African community that are here, and like to congratulate other Ubuntu Award recipients today. I feel I'm not worthy, but humbly accept, knowing this is a life journey paved by extraordinary people willing and prepared to make sacrifices for the Mandela cause. I would like to pay respect to past Nelson Mandela Day Australia presidents, Sister Mary Boardman, Brother Arthur, Brother Francis Aqua, Brother Steve Ramete, and the president and the current president, Sister Rebecca, and also my mentors that were there supporting me and helping me, Sis Ntati, Sis Pumeza, Absalom Nega, Brasise Dinku, Sister Mimi Watts, Jill Morgan, Brother Charles Mpante, Brother Apollo, Brother Behan Ahmed, Brother Hussein, John Balavance, and my sister Dorcas, wonderful, and my partner in crime, Andy Miller at MAV. It's been awesome. Thank you, Andy. And also like to special mention to Boy Tai. You know, he's now, you know, the Deputy Commissioner VMC, but he was instrumental in us doing the lecture at Swinburne with the Reverend Tim Costello as the speaker. And I thank you for that. Boy, you're a brother and a friend to me, and I really appreciate our friendship and your support. And you know, those are the people that shone the light and whose shoulders, you know, I stood on, and happy to have people like Shakira and Ahmed, you know, giving our youth the audacity of hope, you know, and belief. And shout out to youth workers that are here on the Project Sunrise that Dorcas is leading, helping young people navigate harm and access to services. And as you know, Nelson Mandela Committee know, I'm not good at accepting recognition, especially for the things that come naturally to me and that I enjoy and love doing. But on behalf of myself and my family, my wife, Mel, I would like to say thank you and to the committee for this honor, and wish you very, very all the best of success going forward. And to the present Nelson Mandela Day, Amandla Awetu. Thank you.
Wow, amazing, amazing. And I think we're going to give the stage to our next awardee to just come and share a couple of words quickly.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, we can see you.
All right, listen, I don't know where to start because this was a total surprise, totally surprised. So I'm kind of lost for words. I will just say a lot of thank you to the committee for recognizing our work. I said our work because I stand on the shoulders of other people who came before me. When we started community organizations in the 80s and we were in the streets.
Chocolate. This is not
sorry, somebody.
Mpumeza, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. Sorry, continue.
As I was saying, you know, look, this could take me hours, but I'll just make it very, very short. When we started community organization in the 80s and running in the streets, protesting against the apartheid in South Africa and supporting the the liberation movements who were here then and supporting the students who came all the way from South Africa and from Zimbabwe. We did that because we thought that was the right thing to do. And in the interim years, more Africans have come to Australia, and we tried our best to help them fit in. And other community organizations have since established themselves and helping other African communities who are here. And I take my hat off to all those people, all those organizations that are there, trying to help, trying to make life bearable for people who come here with lots and lots of issues. And we are humbled that our work is recognized, and we personally I want to say thank you to the committee, and for those who are following in our wake, please do the work, please support the communities, and you don't do it for the rewards, you do it because it has to be done. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ari. Mampumeza, we love you so much. And we want to hear you so much.
I don't know what's happening. It's not me. I don't know.
Turn it off. Thank you, but lovely to see your face because, you know, you're a great member of NMDCC, great supporter of the community work that everyone does. So there's your acknowledgement. Thank you for everything that you do for everyone and beyond. And while we have Mampumeza on screen, I'm going to ask Christian, who's supporting us with technology, to change the view so that we can all get a screenshot or like a photo of everyone just smiling before we jump into the entertainment and kind of get a little bit, you know, loose. There'll be lots of dancing. So everyone, relax, it's coming. We're about to do it, okay? So let's all turn our cameras on because we're going to take a quick photo, all of us smiling to remember this day. So I'll wait for a couple of people to turn their cameras on. Get your beautiful smiles ready. And is everybody ready? I see there's a couple of blanks.
Okay, just
okay.
Okay, yeah, here we go. But let's all keep ourselves muted.
I wanted my necklace.
Yeah, all right. I think
I can't see Dr. Charles smiling. Dr. Charles Mapende is not smiling in the corner.
Everyone, y'all better smile. I'm going to do a countdown. I see a couple of cameras are on now. All right, I'm going to do a countdown of 5. And I don't know what do we say? Do we say Mandela? Do we say Viva Mandela? Do we just like smile? All right. In 5, just say something that makes you smile. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smile, fist in the air. Remembering Mandela.
I am Australian.
Amanda.
Yes, I am Australian.
All right, I think we got it. Hussein, did we get it? I think Hussein is too busy on the.
And Way is not in the picture. His camera is off. It's turned off.
All right. We'll try again a little bit later on. I think everyone has been sitting down for far too long. We're gonna jump onto our entertainment part of the program, and I'm not gonna waste any more time. We're gonna invite Makepisi to come on stage. We're gonna watch a video. So everybody enjoy, get up and dance if it makes you dance, or just watch and enjoy.
1, 2, 3, 4. Africa, oh, oh, oh. Africa, unite. Africa, oh, oh, oh. Africa, unite. Africa. Africa, Africa, unite, Africa, oh, ah, oh, oh, Africa, unite, Africa, ngizolala nawe, Africa, ngizovuka nawe, Africa, ngizolala nawe, Africa, ngizovuka nawe, Africa, ngizolala nawe, Africa, ngizovuka nawe, Africa, ngizolala nawe, Africa, ngizovuka nawe. Khalifa, Khalifa, Africa Khalifa, Khalifa, Africa rise, 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 Khalifa, 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 Africa rise, Khalifa, 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 Africa rise, Khalifa, 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 Africa rise. Africa rise. Yeah. All right. Nelson Mandela, a great icon of ours. We celebrate him today. This is Makepisi. Yeah. We are here. We made it. Thank you so much. We are celebrating a life of an icon. We've been asked to do this, and this is the appropriate time for us, and we are very grateful. Mama Zala.
Wena Mama Zala soiboni ndaba yako. 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 Tina soiboni ndaba yako Mama Zala. Tina Tina soiboni ndaba yakho mama zala soibona lendaba sobona lendaba sobona lendaba sobona lendaba sobona lendaba soibona 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 lendaba hauze ewena mama zala soibona indaba yakho ewena mama zala soibona indaba yakho ewena mama zala soibona indaba yakho ewena mama zala soibona indaba yakho.
Balanga Koza. All right, asimbonanga Nelson Mandela, asimbonanga Steve Biko, asibabonanga bonke. So today we celebrate that a great young man who started Ubuntu, celebrating the life. All right, asimbonanga.
Asimbonanga, asimbonanga, Mandela thina laphe khona, laphe hleli khona. Asimbonanga, asimbonanga, Mandela thina laphe khona, laphe hleli khona.
one of the few songs that we're actually singing, that we're not singing in Zulu, I think.
For a shame.
Yeah, and this one, there's two of them, of course. It's interesting because we are also a group that comprises different languages from South Africa. Some of us have spoken those languages, but some of us have not spoken those languages, and we are learning in the process. Some of us are amazing students.
And that was Makepisi for y'all. And if you haven't been dancing already, The next performance or set is by DJ Mothafunk, and it's going to be funky in here. So get up on your feet and let's dance. Let's keep enjoying ourselves.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mothafunk, and I hope you enjoy my set today.
I need you in the morning, but I need you now. Yeah. I find you, I give you all you need. I know I can lie. I feel it coming. Time is of the essence. I try to teach you, but I need some lessons. I need to give it all. I try to live for icons. I don't know why you're the one. Turn me out of my mind. You don't need no alibi. You don't need no alibi. Only you fit on my body. Only you fit on my body. You don't need no alibi. Said I made it mess up your mind, and I made it make you free of your mind. Say your body talk to me nice. Say now my love you didn't need for your life. Yeah, I love to be like. Say every day together, yeah, day and night. Yeah, if I leave you go by. Yeah, if you leave I go stroking your back, baby. Love me your body, baby. As you wind me your body, baby. So crazy. Love me your body, baby. Get me what needs in me. I just wanna let you know. Oh, baby, you don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body. Only you feel on my body. You don't need no other body. Hey, baby, everybody says no one loves you like that. No one wants you the same way. Out till the morning, my head wants to come from your loving. I just wanna get you beside me. Give me what you need. Give me what you need. Give me what you. Give me all you need. Give me what you need. Give me what. Make I give you all you need. Every touch you need. Give me all. Make I give you all you need.
To shake that person. What do I You need the money, you take up police. Me, I dey love you, gonna. Say I take grace and no nama, but I go spray you the money on your ma. supposed to know, say me no be newcomer. So my baby make you no go dollar, no go dollar. When the bed they enter body, all the girl them go shake their body, they go shake their body. Oluwabana mo go na felly, they mo go na felly. You know the money you take up police, me and they love you gone. As I they sing, they feel the pulse, make all the people jump around. Make you they listen well because I know if you shout. No joking around. Listen, make I tell you what it's all about. I know if you tell you I see what I ain't the coconut. You sit down inside boss, you say you be boss. Oh yeah, look da da da, look da da da. Say so my picking with the para with the ga ga ga. Kilo shell ba ba ba. Oh look da da da, look da da da. Say so my picking with the para with the ga ga ga. Kilo shell ba ba ba. When the bed they enter body, enter body. All the girl them go shake their body, go shake their body. Oluwabana mo go na belly.
Rashida and Nancy, hey. See me whining. Hold on, not talking in bottles. Hey, hey, say, I like to party. With Shakira and Beyonce from Miami. Hey, 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 I like to chilling with Dulce and Jay-Z. Just go down when the music come up. Break down, I'm like, say we are raving up. Oh, turn up when the music come. We are da-da-dee-dee, oh, yeah. Just go down and jump. Everybody doing the DJ. 1 for the party, 2 for the shawty, 3 when you shake your bum 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 bum. See, me I like to party with the girls with their body. Yeah. Hey, hey, me I like to party with the boys with their money. Where they go down when the music come up. They go down when the music come up, and they go down when the music come up. See the DJ give them they gone up. Hey. See me wine, see me the below, see me dance to reggae and calypso. At all, now in bad. Follow me one day, you go enjoy. Oh, yeah. I'll just spray your money, make all the girls them worry. Oh baby, make we jolly. Today I naughty. Just go down when the music come up. Break down on myself, we are raving up. Oh, just turn up when the music come. We are da-da-dee-dee, oh yeah. Just go down and jump. Everybody doing the DJ. 1 for the party, 2 for the shawty, 3 when you shake your bum 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 bum. See, me I like to party with the boys with their money. Yeah. Hey, me I like to party with the girls with their body. Ready. Go down when the music come up. They go down when the music come up, and they go down when the music come up. When the DJ give them, they gone up. See, I like the way you looking at me. So fresh. I beg you, look me up. Go down to the rhythm and the bass, oh jaw, 1 for the party, 2 for the money, 3 for the honey, 4 for the when you shake your bum bum bum. 1 for the honey, 2 for the money, 3 for the honey, 4 for the when you shake your bum bum bum. Hey, yeah, let's do party with the boys like get money. Yeah, let's do party with the girls like get money.
Whew. Okay, so I've been dancing a little bit, so there's more dancing coming up. But next, let's welcome Shiva from AMRUT. AMRUT. I keep messing with this one, but Shiva has written this song, and it's such an important message in it. So if you've been dancing, sit down, calm down, listen to the beautiful message. So yeah, Shiva, take it away.
Hello, my name is Shiva, and I'm with an organization called AMRUT, and we're known internationally, and we do disaster relief work. And This is just a song that I wrote talking about society and the struggles that people are going through. And I hope you enjoy the song. We want justice, equal rights for humanity. For the animals and nature we plead. The UBR is what we see. We want justice, equal rights for humanity. For the animals and nature we plead. The UBR is what we see. How can we be at peace with the homeless on the streets, with nothing to eat and living in poverty? How can we treat each other in such an unloving manner? This is the time to unite and fight for our rights. We want justice, equal rights for humanity. For the animals and nature we plead. The UBR is what we see. We want justice, equal rights for humanity. For the animals and nature we plead. The UBR is what we see. We damage Mother Nature, burn the trees that make them richer, and torturing the animals. Don't you know they feel how we feel? Destroying our humanity just to give them a raw deal. This ain't the way. We need a neo-humanistic society. Fear will no longer be in existence. Together we're stronger. Persistence is key. If we look past our skin tone, our world will know peace. Do you agree? We want justice, equal rights for humanity. For the animals and nature we plead. The UBR is what we see. We want justice, equal rights for humanity. For the animals and nature we plead. The UBR is what we see.
Thank you so much for the performances that have come on. And now we've got our final performance. And you know, Shiva calmed us down a little bit. And now it's time to get up and dance again. Dance off those snacks that you've been having there, all of those nice little beverages. Yeah, so now let's welcome Brother Asante and Soulectric. Take it away.
Friends of South Africa, July 18 is an important...
Oops, that was not the right video, but just hang 10. It's coming, it's coming. I know you're dying to dance, me too. It's coming. Anytime now. I mean, like we said earlier on, this is Zoom, so you know how it goes in Zoom. But we got this, and it's been pretty amazing so far. And yeah, we're gonna close it off on a high note. So thank you everyone for coming along and, you know, for staying on. We know it's Saturday, you've got your, you know, we've got the freedoms now in Melbourne, so everyone just wants to get out there. But yeah, it's been great. Oh yeah, Kel, I see you're ready to get down, sis. Me too. I'm about to like let it loose. It's about to get it's about to get hectic. So if Soulectric is ready, let's take it away. Oh, I got, guys, we're having a tiny technical problem, but it's being fixed. I'm being told in my little ear that it is being fixed. So yeah, maybe I can tell you a little bit about the band. It's a relatively new band. They've been together for about 6 months, and it's a very multicultural group of young people just doing incredible work and doing something completely different. So I really hope all of you enjoy it. Yeah. Christian, how are we doing? Are we good?
I'm so sorry. I'm just getting it ready now.
All right. He's getting it ready now. You heard the voice of technology, just that it's getting ready. So just hang in there, couple more minutes. It's worth it. I promise you, it's worth it. You know, we're celebrating Nelson Mandela. We're celebrating South Africa ultimately. And yeah, it's the great sounds that come from, you know, inspired by house music, Afro house music, which is pretty big in South Africa. So you're gonna love it. I know, it's like this build up is insane.
Hello.
It'll be good. Here we go.
Hello. If you're watching this, you're obviously celebrating the man, Nelson Mandela. What a great honor for us to be here and share our wonderful thoughts, talents, and all our vibes. So I bring with me my friends. On the left here, I've got my friend Toby. On the right there, I've got my buddy Bud. And in the back on percussion, I've got my friend Bubaka. So we're gonna serenade you for the next 30 minutes. Enjoy. we're gonna do a little cha-cha-cha. Ladies, if you're watching this in Africa, we love to do a lot of hip movement. So you want to cha-cha to the left and cha-cha to the right. Here we go. Cha-cha-cha, 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 cha-cha-cha. Whew, that got us warmed up. Anybody else warmed up? Are you warmed up, Toby? Pretty good. Yeah, how you feeling? I'm all right. Yeah? So what do you do, man? Tell us, what is that thing you've got?
Well, what I have on me right now is a 5-string bass guitar.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So that's the man, guys. He makes us move with his bass guitar. And my man on percussion, Bubaka, how you feeling, fam?
Feeling good.
Yeah?
Got my conga and djembe.
Yeah. He's the man that really makes us dance. So, yeah. And my man, Bud, what you got there, sir?
This is an electric guitar.
Ooh. Is that what makes us move?
I think it is.
Oh, yeah. Love. And in the spirit of moving, the next song, it's called Beautiful Nightmare off my new EP. So enjoy. It's another house tune.
So I put you first and you put me too. You made me feel smile and so insecure. You said I'm the one, I believed in you, and you failed me. Hey, you know I was looking for. Hey, you're my big nightmare. Oh yeah, let me breathe again.
This one's for the lovers and friends, or used to be lovers. So if you have an ex that you think about a lot of times, this one's for you. I love you. I need you. This is the part where I say something real like I love you. This is the part where I say something real like I miss you. This is the part where I say something true like I miss you. This is the part where I say something profound like I want you. I need you. I love you. I need you. Yeah, no doubt. I was in my feelings when I wrote that one. So, yeah. Right. The next one, it's a tribute to my ancestors and everybody else's ancestors. So, I'm sure anyone who's African can relate that you do have some kind of chanting that you do, just calling out names of those that came before you, so kind of like a lineage thing, almost like how the Bible does it, son of so-and-so, son of so-and-so. So the poet who did this one is a Zulu man who comes out of South Africa, but enjoy. It's another rendition of house music and infused with some African vibes.
Yaba
Ha! Okay. Whew. I think I'm sweating a little bit. What a great way to close off on performances. Yeah, that was Soulectric with Brother Asante. Amazing tunes. And without further ado, I am going to invite our favorite fierce leader, Mom Rebecca, to jump on and just finish it off for us and invite our next guest for the vote of thanks. Mom Rebecca, please take over.
Thank you. Wow, wow, wow. To our artists. Hands up. Yay! Flowers to them. Wow. You made us proud, all of you. Thank you. Now, I didn't want to say this at the start of everything so that we maintain the spirit of celebration. However, allow me, before I invite Dr. Apollo Subuga Kyobe, who is our public relations officer, to say closing remarks and vote of thanks, I would like to ask everyone, since, well, our normal way of doing it is to stand up. Feel free to stand up or sit down. What I would like to ask you respectfully is, we hold a minute of silence for the loss of our dear brother, our Vice President, Dr. Steve Rametse. That's why you haven't seen him tonight, even to speak up, even one word, no. But he was in the background. He's in the background there listening. He is in a mourning state because a few days ago, he lost his younger brother. And accept our condolences, Dr. Steve Rametse, our dear Vice President, on behalf of Nelson Mandela Day Commemorative Committee and everybody who is celebrating with us tonight. And those on YouTube, or those watching on YouTube and then through Facebook, could we all stand up and then just observe a minute of silence in respect or in honor of our dear brother? Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. May I invite to the mic Dr. Apollo Subuga Kyore, who will say the closing remarks and a vote of thanks. And a huge thank you to everyone for staying back. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. I hope everybody hears me. Does everybody hear me? Well, do I need to speak a bit louder?
No, we can hear you, Dr. Apollo. Continue, please.
Okay, sorry, I'm standing in for the Vice President, as you've been told. But I will start with the theme of today. Brothers and sisters, act. Inspire change for anti-racism.
Yeah, we can hear you, Dr. Apollo.
Good on you. I say act. I say inspire change for anti-racism strategy in Victoria. Victoria is on the move. Let's get together. I start with the respecting the traditional owners of the land and welcome and thank Auntie Julian for welcoming us to the country. And each of you where you are, do please respect the traditional owners. My main job now is to do two things. One is to say the vote of thanks, but also to provide some take-home remarks. I will start with the vote of thanks to the concert performers, organizers, the Executive Committee of Nelson Mandela Commemoration Committee, MAV, for the involvement and the planning of this event. I will also move to thank all of you for spending time and listen and participate in this. Thank the government of Victoria for providing resources for the and I'll come back for the anti-racism strategy, and I'll come back to that. And also thank the work of those that have been awarded for what they have contributed to community. Because we are recognizing Mandela's legacy, I'll make two significant quotes for us to learn from. The first one, we must ensure that color, race, and gender become only a God-given gift to each one of us, and not indelible mark for all attributes that accords special status to anyone. That's Mandela's quote. The second one that I want to refer to, he says, no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or her skin, or his or her background, or his or her religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than the opposite. We are in the situation of learning, the situation of getting into the action, the inspiration to the anti-racism strategies. And I would say that when I've listened to the speakers and the music and all of the performance, we have the following to take home with us. The first one is the identity and the attachment to the land, which Julian did touch on very well. We have also learned that today we are celebrating a major legacy of Mandela has left not only to the Africans, but to the world. And part of that legacy is making meaning to the life of the others. We have also learned that we should be resilient in standing up to surprises, particularly of those of racist actions. We need to fight together as a community. We need to raise courage of racism to rest. We need to make as major contributions to where we are, particularly Australian, and eventually become more Australians than being African Australians. We need to rise. We need to recognize those icons that have actually contributed, and we've seen that with the awards. There's quite a bit we can take home. I want to mention a few of those and then move on. I'll move on to refer to the teaching that comes from Mandela and comes from the actions of today. That is love. We are teaching ourselves to love and appreciate one another. This very same love is enshrined in the Ubuntu philosophy that talks about love and respect, or talks about, as someone already mentioned, the matter of human morality. I think those are very important points to take home with us. In regard to the theme, Act, Inspire for Change, an anti-racism strategy, it follows on the course of the Victorian government commitment of having new statewide anti-racism strategy to proactively prevent and address racism in Victoria. As we are aware, the foregoing has been manifested in the establishing in June and convened by the Minister of Multicultural Affairs and the Minister for Aboriginal Affairs, the Anti-Racism Task Force, to provide strategic advice and recommendation to ensure that the strategy sets out a clear and targeted roadmap to reducing racism in Victoria.
Dr. Apollo, sorry, I'm just looking at the time and just like, I'm
ending up.
Okay, thank you.
I'm ending up with this learning itself because it's an important appreciation for us. And I do ask Mr. Bwette to take our gratitude to the government. And finally, I want to close with a quote, which again comes from Mandela. What counts in life is not a mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we make, or the difference we have made to the lives of the others, that will determine the significance of the life of the others. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and thank those performers. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Apollo. I didn't mean to cut you short, but I'm just looking at the time, and I know everyone has given us their time from 6 p.m. So I am not going to say anything else, just you've wrapped it up nicely. Thank you for your wonderful words and your wonderful points. And thank you everyone for staying back. And I am just gonna say goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your night, and let's combat racism.
Papa, Papa, Sa Papa, 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 Sa Papa, Papa, Sa Papa, Kusana Papa hlala ngomlilo, basukela ingapha emnyamakini webo. Kusana Papa hlala ngomlilo, basukela ingapha emnyamakini webo. Hayibo, masisha masisha, khuluma intwana encane bathathesha, khalikho into lubuza aba-airtime, wemalume siyaphuma uwoshaya. Masisha masisha, khuluma intwana encane bathathesha.